Big shout to okjersey.com. Scan the QR code below and actually go to the link below to get affordable football shirts from all the European leagues, including the English clubs, all of them, Liverpool, Arsenal, United, City, Spurs, Chelsea, all of them, of course, are all there. You can get the current ones, past seasons, and also some absolute gems out there, vintage ones, and actually very affordable football shirts, high quality, like the one I'm wearing right here. It is very simple to get one. Let me show you how. You go to the website. It's very simple. You click on the Premier League, pick the club you want. For me, I pick Newcastle, for example. You go there, you will find all the current ones, training ones as well. You add whatever you want to the cart. Of course, check the sizes, add a patch, add to cart, but also never forget, as it says below, scan the QR code and put the code JUDGE in the checkout to get 8% discount. It's that easy. Just go to the website, check the football shirt you want. You will not regret it. Now, let's get back to our stream. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judge. More Arsenal lose massive ground by losing to Aston Villa today. People are crashing out, of course, on Arsenal. People are absolutely crashing out. Manchester City bowling today. Ryan Cherki absolutely bowling today for Manchester City. 3-0 against Sunderland to cut the points to only 2 points between them and Arsenal, of course. And Chelsea fumble with only Caicedo being out. Horrendous performance by the players. Terrible performance by some of the players. Should have lost. They were lucky to actually walk away with a point from Bournemouth. Of course, Bournemouth haven't won in 5 games. Chelsea, everything that they built on from the Barcelona, Arsenal draw, it's kind of collapsing on them, to be honest with you, with the Leeds and the Bournemouth draw, the Leeds loss and the Bournemouth draw. The Sharks are coming for Arsenal. That's what people are saying. That's what I'm reading online, that the Sharks are coming for Arsenal. Chelsea are in a top 5 race currently as it stands. They are 1 point ahead of Everton. They are 2 points ahead of Crystal Palace, who still have to play Fulham. So Crystal Palace can be ahead of Chelsea by tomorrow. Of course, they play tomorrow, of course, Crystal Palace. I want to hear, guys, from you. We got Kelkster here, True City fan, from, of course, the channel with Patrick and the guys. We got Mo, the Blue Lounge, repping Chelsea, as you guys can see, with all the blues. And we got the star himself, the TalkSport star, Romario Webster here, of course. How's everyone doing, guys? We're going to be joined, by the way, by Rak. Salah, of course, he's going to talk about Salah.
I'm good. Well, I've been better.
Join us, Luke, as well. Why don't you join us, Luke? I'm going to send you the link. Just text me, Luke.
Yeah, we don't need Luke. He can stay out of this one, mate. I'm good. I've had better weekends, but Liverpool getting caught out at the end has made me feel a little bit better.
Why do you care about Liverpool? Why do you care about Liverpool at the end?
You need something, though, man. You need to hold on to something. Chelsea draw with Bournemouth. You need something in this life.
You don't need anything about Liverpool. Salah calling the manager. Liverpool are by themselves in shambles. Salah calling the manager publicly. The manager against the player. The guy is saying, I'm going to go goodbye. Yes.
I haven't been on Twitter in a while, so I don't know.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
He's happy. Look at that. He's got the hoodie on. He's like, the light grill gym. He's got the blinds closed.
I think Liverpool needed this to happen.
So
Liverpool needed this to happen for Slot to get sacked, actually, because they need the manager out, basically. Listen,
but the manager out is not is not going to make everything fine.
It's not.
I
know it's not.
People are celebrating this like this. This is an amazing. First of all, it makes your club look ridiculous, which it does.
I said Sam disagrees with me. Okay, so let's start there, guys. Let's start, because I know Rak would not cannot. Okay, see, Sam is a. I said, okay, you guys, just for context, for people that don't know, Mohamed Salah was not used in the game. Liverpool drew 3-3. All of us know this at the end, right? They bottled it twice. They were 2-0 up. Mohamed Salah goes to the media and says that, again, Slot, he says that the club wants to throw me under the bus. I'm being the scapegoat. From that, I don't know why I'm not chosen. If the club doesn't want me, I'm going to invite my family to Brighton. Maybe I will say my goodbyes then, but he's going to AFCON. My opinion, which is what I said to Sam, I don't think players should speak against the manager, regardless. It's not your job to speak against the manager. You make the club look bad because you set a precedent that anybody that sits on the bench, what if the next manager, and I told Sam this, by the way, I know that you guys want Slot to be sacked, but what if the next manager is Zidane and he sits Isak on the bench? Does Isak allowed to go and complain in the media about him sitting on the bench, regardless of the results? Sam doesn't think otherwise. But
this is straight out of the Cristiano. It's straight out of the Cristiano Ronaldo playbook when he went and did this interview with Piers Morgan. It's the same thing, right?
Sam, it's not only me. I think
we as rivals, we laughed at Man United when that happened, right? People are going to laugh at us. Yes, I mean, it's not going to, first of all, it's not going to improve the situation with Slot, right? Does it make it more likely or less likely than that Slot gets sacked? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. You can look at it from that point of view, but you can also look at it from a point of view of the club saying we can't have any well-run club cannot bow to the wills of individual players. Of course, Salah is disappointed, and he's very disappointed, and he has a right to be disappointed after the season he put in. But he's not playing Salah today. May have been a difference, or may not have been a difference. But the fact that it's even a question means that his performances this season have been questionable, just like every other player who's played for Liverpool. The manager has to hold some corn, as do the players.
I want to jump in on this as well. So, in regards to Mohamed Salah saying what he said, and in the context of him saying what he said, there's two sides to this. One is him being a Liverpool legend. One is him being so close to the club, and he feels the pain of the fans and whatnot. And I get all of that, and he has the right to speak from that context. But he's still a player at the club, and he still is part of the club's hierarchy. Therefore, if he wants to have that conversation and have that statement while he's still a Liverpool player, it's unprofessional, and it is something that should not be done. If he wasn't a player, if this is something that he says 2-3 years down the line when he sees something not going right in Liverpool, that's fine. But right now, him doing what he's done, even though I know he is a fan of the club as well as a player of the club,
and a legend,
and a legend.
He's a legend.
but he doesn't have the right to do that while he is still a player playing under the manager.
Because he gets paid. That's your boss. The manager is your boss. You can have that conversation with Hughes and Edwards and the hierarchy.
Speak to him in private. You know,
that's my opinion. To be honest,
let him rip in private. You know, be angry, be frustrated, have that conversation, shout at the man in private. Publicly, that should not be the case.
That's what I think, and I like because I said that it's like who's gonna stop the next guy from doing the same thing if they say on the bench? Like I know that Sam was telling me, but the performances are not good. I'm not gonna accept it if the performances are good. But that's not the point. The point is not about the performance of the team, you winning or losing. The point is the players should not be allowed to speak against the manager publicly like this, because at the end he's the boss. Because it doesn't matter who you are. Like I said it at Inter, Lautaro Martinez gets subbed. We have a very young manager. He's a club legend as well. Kivo, like he won the treble, and he's young, right? And Lautaro showed a little bit of annoyance by him being subbed out. And I said, it's not your right. The club made this guy the manager. It's their decision to sack the guy, not your decision. You are telling the club, choose between me and this manager. I don't know, like, because when Vinny did this, people said that it's not your right to say that, regardless of who you are.
Do you know I think what makes it worse with what Salah's done here is you haven't really heard much from Salah this whole time. Now, the whole time since Liverpool's form sort of dropped off a cliff after October, Salah's not really come out and done interviews. We've heard from Van Dijk, heard from Curtis Jones, but I've not really seen Salah do much interviews saying, look, the boys are in a tough period, we're going to get through it. But for him to come out with this when he knows he's not going to be at the club for a month and he's going to be at AFCON, the whole time he's away, all the interviewers are going to be asking Slot is what's going on with Mo Salah. So he's now created this big cloud over the club. So I agree with you, man. I just think it's bad timing. I think it's a bit selfish. And it could be a sad way for him to end his Liverpool career. I'm not sure it's that extreme, but it seems like his relationship with Slot is done. It could be. Yeah, it could be. It could be.
If you watch the statement and the words coming out of his mouth, judging purely on the words coming out of his mouth, you'd have to be a betting man to say Salah's gonna when he finishes AFCON, he's gonna be coming back to Liverpool.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Would this tarnish his legacy?
Come back?
Though? Would this tarnish his legacy? Like, is this not like? Is he not?
Guys, I just want to guys inform everyone here. Sam just told me, and I went to check. Actually, the word "stand with Salah" is trending. So fans on Twitter, big accounts, are standing with him against the manager. They are saying he did the right thing. The big people by the way, we are in the era of things are run by social media. We know that the media, journalists, social media, people are standing with Salah. They think he did the right thing by speaking against the manager because he didn't.
Is there a hashtag saying I stand with Slot or I stand against Salah? Of course not, right? So
hashtag hashtag stand with Salah.
Hashtag what? Yeah, but
stand with Salah.
Just because something is trending on Twitter doesn't mean that it's a good thing, and just means that that's what people are tweeting about. It doesn't actually mean if you're going to do a comparison, then you'd have to do a comparison with I stand with Slot or something like. But there isn't anything I stand with Slot. It's crazy. I don't know.
On the back of the results that they've had, the fans are frustrated with Slot. The fans are angry with Slot. And when this statement comes out, the fans are going to be sympathetic.
And they have the right. They also have a right. Like fans have a right. We have a right to be pissed off with Slot. We have a right to be pissed off with the players. And similarly, we have a right to be pissed off that Salah has come out and said this publicly. This is not a good thing. I don't see how anybody can sit there and celebrate it.
They are.
Sure.
They are.
And everyone's different and they're entitled to their opinion, but I don't understand it personally. When Cristiano Ronaldo came out and gave his interview to Piers Morgan, we as Liverpool fans were laughing. What we were laughing at Man United. This is the same situation there.
Are you watching the chat, right? Everyone in the chat disagrees with you, which is very strange to me. That people still like. I know that you're someone who you have your own opinion. You don't follow the general, but you have your own opinion, right? Something. And I know that a lot of you guys are this, Rakram, Sam, Matt, all of you. Most of the people in the chat disagree and think that Salah did the right thing, which is, for me, I think it's crazy. I genuinely believe it's crazy.
Okay, so that's the thing. I think you can want Slot out and also think that Mo has done the wrong thing here. I think that's also like a legitimate point of view. I don't think he did the right thing. I'm not sure about Slot now. I haven't quite come out and said, yeah, I'm Slot out, Slot in, all this kind of... Well, Slot, I'm slotting if I haven't come out and said Slot, I'm Slot out, right? The whole, like, Slot in, Slot out is a funny situation. But
I know that you want the manager sacked because you want a better manager. I know that.
Yeah, I want Liverpool to win, right?
Yes.
I want Liverpool to be the best team that they can be. I don't think Salah coming out and giving this statement pushes us closer to winning. And I think it pushed us closer to embarrassment.
No, but he wants the manager sacked.
Sure.
He wants the manager gone. And he thinks that by him doing this, it's going to get him sacked. This is what he thinks.
Fine.
He thinks this is going to be between him and the manager, and the club will stand with him, which is fine. The club might stand with him.
It might. I also think that him doing that embarrasses the club as a whole in general.
I think so. I agree with you. Look at this. As a United fan, I'm so proud of King Mo laughing. You're laughing. People are laughing at Liverpool. It's exactly the reality. It's the reality that people don't want to see. Slot came to Liverpool for You'll Never Walk Alone, but Salah made sure that it's now just Slot will walk alone. He's leaving the club after winning the league. His legacy at Liverpool is tarnished. He's finished. Arne Slot. He's going to be remembered as the guy that players spoke against him. Because if the club sacks Slot today or tomorrow, he will be remembered as the guy that the players turned on him and the club sacked him. That's what he's going to be remembered with.
But if he gets sacked, he'll be back playing. He'll be back managing a reasonably big club within a year.
By the way, he just Mohamed Salah spoke about Jimmy Carragher as well. By the way, you just guys.
He said Carragher. He said that Carragher's going to come out and speak against him tomorrow, which I guess is he's talking about.
He said
Sunday.
Tomorrow Jimmy Carragher will attack me again, and that's fine. I've been at the club, and I'm the top scorer in this generation since I came to the Premier League. I don't think anyone has scored more goals and provided more assists than me in the entire league. If I were somewhere else, everyone would go to the media and defend the player. I'm the only one going through this situation. I'm going to tell you, I'm Egyptian. I think this is selfish.
Yeah,
I think this is selfish.
Man.
I think
it's
selfish.
all about him.
With all due respect to all Liverpool fans, with all due respect, at this time, him speaking about himself, not the team, and not the better of the club, is selfish. If this was any other player, if this was Cristiano Ronaldo speaking about him scoring a lot of goals, listen, I love Mohamed Salah. I want him to succeed to bit. Listen, he's my favorite player in the Premier League. He's the face of Egypt, basically, in the Premier League, right? He's the guy that made all Egyptians like the Premier League and people like kind of like the flag and all the stuff, right? But to be honest with you, you talking about your goals and assists and all the stuff and I'm the high scorer when the team is doing shit now is selfish. And if this is anybody, I would be the same. Literally, I'll do the same. I don't know. I know that Liverpool fans, I know that I might actually lose some of the Liverpool fans that actually watch me, but I'm going to call it as it is. This is selfish. If the team is doing shambles now, maybe you call out the manager. Stand by your teammates. Don't talk about yourself. You don't talk about yourself. You don't talk about you being the top scorer. You're the top scorer of this generation. What is this? This is selfish, to be honest with you. It's selfish. I think he's making
look,
people are laughing at the club.
Even if we sack Slot and the team improves, yes, you can say it's the right thing to do, but I could also look at this. I also have to say this is the wrong thing to do because I don't think anything justifies his actions. Look, for professional sport is professional sport. It's all about winning, right? So I kind of understand that, but I think there's also a way that you should carry yourself. And I'm sad that Mo's come out and done this. I would have liked to see if there's a different way. Maybe there's not a different way. I don't know.
If you had done this in any other job, would it be acceptable? If you had gone out in public and spoke about your manager and about your company in public, no matter how big you are within that company,
he knows the manager is going to get sacked. I think he's spoken about like this because he knows the manager is going to get sacked.
Yeah, and I think
he knows the manager is going to get sacked. He knows.
It's going to be before or after AFCON, though.
Yeah,
he's going to be. The manager is going to. I think the manager is going to be sacked
before the end.
I think by the time Liverpool play Inter Tuesday, there will be an interim manager. Genuinely.
You think?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
I think by
on Tuesday.
Monday.
I mean, they did. There was talk going around that Liverpool have to get 7 out of the next 9 points when we were playing West Ham, Sunderland, and Leeds, and obviously we've ended up with 5 points out of a potential 9. So if that rumor was true, I don't even know where that rumor came from, but people were talking about it. If that is true, then we haven't achieved the 7 out of 9 that we were supposed to, and maybe that will be curtains. The thing that makes me think that's not necessarily the case is, despite the fact that we've been shit, we're still relatively close to the top teams. And I think the title is well and truly gone. I don't think, like, realistically, we're not in that conversation. But if you're not in that conversation as a club, I think the objective would have to be that we need to get into the Champions League, and really we need to be getting third, because we were the favourites going into the season. So if you're going favourites, you're not even finishing second, then you have third is absolute bare minimum. The idea of finishing 4th or 5th, even if we get Champions League football, is a tough one to swallow. And we'd be close to the Champions League places at the very least. I think I said this on Terry's stream earlier, I think if you offer the Liverpool hierarchy Champions League football for next season, and you keep on the slot, I think most of them would probably take that right now.
But this is what I think is so selfish from Salah, and I don't think it's helpful for anyone, for Salah or the club, because it's looking at the table, you're 10 points off the top, and you're only 2 points off Chelsea in 4th. Like, it's not. I don't think it's quite crisis for Liverpool. Maybe for the standards you set last season and the signings you made, the standards were high, the expectations were high, but I just don't think this was needed. I think, like Mo said, it's very selfish. I think Salah's just thinking of himself. I don't think he's thinking about the team. Yeah, I don't know what's happened at Liverpool, but it just seems like you haven't got a together squad there. It seems like there's, like, people just aren't happy there. I don't really know what's happened, man. It's weird.
Think about it. He knows that he knows that he will win this. Allah knows that he will win this. It's not Arne Slot is going to win.
What does he
For
gain?
him, a win, Salah believes that a win means a new manager. A new manager means a fresh start. A new manager means a new start for Salah. Because this manager is not going to play him. The team is not playing well. He thinks there should be a new manager. And I think that Salah and Van Dijk and these guys know that the players are not playing for the manager. Nobody cares about the manager anymore. They're not playing for him. They're not playing for him. I think Sabozla is the kind of guy. I think Sabozla is the kind of guy. Like, if he plays 5 aside, he'll give 100%. I think that he's that kind of guy, you know. Yeah. And I think that's where he is now. But I don't think this is a good look for Liverpool, because I'm gonna tell you guys something. The next manager is gonna think, I'm coming to Liverpool. What if I don't do well in the beginning? Am I gonna be thrown under the bus by the players again? Am I gonna be allowed to work, or the senior players control things? Will I work, or the senior players will dictate when I'm going to get sacked? Just think about it like this. If the club now lean to the will of Mohamed Salah and the players and sack the manager, if whoever, unless they hire a big personality, imagine if they hire Javi Hernandez. Javi Hernandez coming in thinking, well, if I don't play Salah, I'm going to get fucking sacked. If I don't play Salah and I don't win a couple of games, Mohamed Salah is going to speak against me in the media. I don't get sacked. He's going to think like that. People don't think about it like this. And Mohamed Salah literally just put the next manager, because the next manager now will have to, like, be careful.
And a lot of people in the chat are saying he's a legend. What's the problem?
And I agree, he's a legend of the Premier League.
He is a legend.
He is.
Yeah,
of course he is. But the thing is, there's nothing wrong with coming out and speaking and having your opinion. But when you come out like this is like, I'm reading some of the quotes. He's pretty much saying his relationship with Slot is done. He's saying he doesn't even know. He's gone crazy. He's basically saying he doesn't know if he's played his last game for the club. He's saying the game against Brighton at home maybe his last game.
This is the thing. All this stuff is unnecessary. Yeah, he could have come out. Like, this is the thing. There's a degree of truth when Jamie Carragher is saying that he wants Salah to come out and speak, because when he was a new contract. Yeah. When there was a new contract, discussing a new contract, and Salah was speaking. I think it's he could have picked and chosen his words. He could have come out and said, "I'm disappointed not to be playing. We're disappointed with the loss. I think, of course, I'd like to play better." Stuff that was a little bit more, you could argue a little bit more sitting on the fence, a bit more diplomatic, however you want to describe it. These quotes are explosive.
Should the club take action against Mohamed Salah?
They will never do that because he's going to AFCON.
Should they? Because one of the concerns is we don't want this to be a thing with the players. So if we don't take any action, Slot will eventually get sacked within the next few weeks, and then could this set the precedence for other players to do that?
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's what Iraq is saying as well. That's what Iraq is saying.
Should some symbolic action be taken, and if so, what can they actually take?
No, what I think will happen is I don't think Salah will be in the squad for the match against Inter. And I just wanted Jenny said something in the chat saying we don't know what's been said behind the scenes, and that's right. All we make our judgment on is what we've seen. We can't make our judgment on stuff that may or may not have been said in the back room. So all I can interpret is what I see, and what I see is this, and I don't think this is good. Maybe there are other things, but I don't know, and you don't know, and none of us here know. So I don't understand why we would possibly take him to some fictitious account that we've created in our head that may change our opinions. Maybe there was stuff said, but we don't know it. You can only react on what you know, and this is what we know, and I don't think this is good.
And the thing is, if Liverpool take action against Salah, I think, like Mo makes a good point. You can see from the reaction online, you can see from the comments here, they can't win. If you find Salah, if you leave him out of the squad, one, you create more noise and more questions. Everyone's going to be saying, Salah's out of the squad. It's similar to Aubameyang. It's not quite as bad because Salah's actually won quite a lot of things with Liverpool. But I remember when Aubameyang was in and out of the squad, Arteta, all he'd get asked is, what's going on with Aubameyang? This is Liverpool's star player, highest paid player. This is a problem, man. I don't think Liverpool needed this. I actually think it's made the situation worse rather than helped in any way. It's made it much worse, man.
Okay, let me read this. Everyone been throwing him under the bus, so 100% bravo to him. So you are with him, clearly. You are with Salah, clearly you are with Salah. Like, you think Salah did the right thing. So, but nobody said that Liverpool are losing because of Salah. Maybe he's speaking about the media, because there's a lot of people that actually saying that Salah.
They're all to blame, Mo. Well, the whole team, Slot, everyone is to blame. I don't think anyone has come out and said, I don't think anyone. This is what I do think is a little bit strange. Like, I don't think anybody's saying. People have said Salah is not speaking, which is fair, I guess. But I don't think anybody's saying this is all Salah's fault. I haven't heard anybody say that.
There is a lot of people that actually on the mainstream media, on Monday Night Football, on Sky Sports, on TalkSport, that are saying one of the main reasons is Salah. There is a lot. Not the fans, but there is a lot of people.
But I don't think they're saying that he's the only reason, or that he's the person. Because of course, if you're a big player on a big he was our main player last season. And if your main player isn't playing to the standard that you require, of course he has to take some of the blame. Or even, you could argue even a lot of the blame. But I don't think anybody's saying he's the only person to take the blame. Especially when you see, Konate playing how he played today, Gravenberch falling asleep for the second goal, the shambles of the third goal. Like, I said it on Terry's channel earlier on. And Brandon said about Arsenal a few years ago, and it caused a ruckus amongst the Arsenal fan base. He called them pussies. We're pussies. Right now, we're pussies. I'm sorry. I can't describe it any other way. And it's not just down to Salah.
Yeah. Salah has all the right manager can do it. Why not players? The manager can call out his players. These are his employees. He's the manager. I don't think he called anybody out.
But he doesn't. I don't think even the manager's come out and said, like, he's gone that deep. Right, these are scathing comments, potentially comments he can't come back from.
Because we know that he will never play for Slot again. We know that it's finished now. He won. We know that. Cherki, I'm gonna come to this when we do the City and Arsenal section. This feels like the players' power that existed in Chelsea when the players feel like they can speak and get a manager fired. That's what we're talking about. Liverpool fans don't see this because it starts with one manager. What about the next one? What if you hire whoever manager and that manager is not doing what the players want? What happens then?
Yeah, and at the time we had some of the big players. Some of the big players were speaking out. The likes of Hazard and whatnot. So it's not, it is exactly.
Is that the Mourinho time? The second Mourinho time, right?
It was the
Conte.
What's his name? No, the Portuguese manager. Trying to remember his
name.
That's the one.
Villas-Boas.
Villas-Boas. So these things happen, and it's really, really hard to stamp him down. We had a similar situation not so long ago with Lukaku when he spoke out, and he spoke out about Inter Milan, and he spoke about a Tuchel and his system and whatnot. Straight away, the club started to clamp down on this, and if you don't clamp down on this, it could get out of hand. And I totally understand Mohamed Salah's position in regards to slot, the way the team is performing, and him believing that he can do better, and if he's given a chance to play, I totally understand that. But the way he's done it, that is not productive for the team, not productive for the club, and it needs to be addressed privately. So yeah, this is a problem.
It's a problem. Okay, he doesn't know because that's his feeling. No sugar coating. Speak the truth. Speak your truth. Managers done it. A lot of shit goes both ways, guys. Vice versa. That's why you don't understand. It doesn't go both ways. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's not a war between a manager and a player. A manager is a manager, and a player is a player. That's how it works. Why do people think it's okay for a player to speak against the manager, regardless of what they do? I don't understand this. Anyways, we know that Salah is going to get sacked now because I don't think they're going to tear Salah's contract. They're not going to suspend him on 400K, right? We know that Salah is going to get sacked.
The thing is, I kind of suspected that this might be Mo's last year at the club. And even though he signed a 2-year contract, I thought maybe it might make sense to sell him next summer because then we get a decent chunk of money and it rekeeps some of the funds that we splashed out last summer, and it looks like we can spend some of that and potentially getting a replacement in at the same time. Whether that's brought this forward or not, and whether the club had that idea, I don't know. But from a overall running of the club financial prudence perspective, that kind of made sense to me to some degree. And this may have brought that forward. I don't know.
Listen, there is a lot.
I would have been surprised if Mo, for example, saw out his 2 years of his contract at Liverpool. And I think this makes that even less likely.
I think he will be sold to Saudi Arabia. The club will sell him.
Do you think this could happen in January now? Could that?
I think it might. The problem is he's in AFCON, so there is no negotiation with the national team. Nobody's going to negotiate.
There'll be a time window between AFCON ending.
They could do it. They could do it. They could do it now, Mo. If they wanted to, they could.
He has to accept it. He has to agree.
But the only
his representatives are there, right?
Salah in January are Saudi Arabian clubs, and they don't need a lot of time. They got the budget, they got the money. If no club in Europe is going to be able to afford Salah because of his age, but because of the wages, it doesn't make sense. So the only place he's going is
he did say something. He did say something in the interview. He said that because someone mentioned Saudi Arabia. He said, "I think the club will push me in another direction." So maybe that, I don't know whether that means the club will try and force him to go somewhere else, or whether the club will try and the other direction.
Saudi Arabia for Liverpool. Yeah, no one else can.
Unless you go on a PSG.
No, but unless I think the other direction may be he's saying that the club will want him to stay. But I don't know. I mean, no one else is going to pay the money. I agree. So it'll be Saudi or stay.
Yeah, guys, we got 500 people in the house. Hit that like button, people. Moving on from the drama of Mohamed Salah, of course, to the actual drama on Chelsea first before we go to Arsenal and Manchester City. What is going on with Chelsea? I thought that it was going well, bro. There's questions about Enzo Maresca now. We guys, we're coming to City and Arsenal. Just want to get this out of the way because there's going to be a long conversation about Arsenal and City. Mo.
Yeah, so
talk to us.
And Enzo Maresca is Enzo Maresca, rotation, playing players out of position, learning on the job. I don't know. I mean, he seemed to have fixed up when it came to Barcelona, when it came to Arsenal. Even when we had a player sent off against Arsenal, he didn't do what he has done in the past in this season. We still played with the ability, with the even though we were one man down, we still had the momentum to carry the game to Arsenal. But that all seemed to have collapsed with Caicedo being out of the squad. And yes, Caicedo is a massive part of the team, but one player shouldn't have that big of an impact. I mean, we had Cole Palmer missing. That didn't seem to have that big of an impact to the team. So I really don't know. The players seem to be not motivated. They're not as well organized as they were with Caicedo in the squad. Even though Caicedo is not the kind of player who actually dictates the play by asking players to do something or pushing players to do something. He covers a lot of ground. He does a lot of work. But it seems like we've lost our head. The last game we played against Leeds, new formation, Ish, Chalobah out of position. Even though he's been fantastic in the middle of the back line, he pushes him further out to the right. Even though you have Malo Gusto fit, you have Rhys James fit, his decision making baffles me. Today, I don't think it was really on Maresca what happened in the match. I just think it was a bad day at the office for a lot of the players. We just didn't perform today. Bournemouth weren't really pushing the game to us. They weren't really playing too well, but they did just enough to keep us from scoring. Even though we haven't had a goalless game, I think since the first day of the season. We've scored at least one goal per game. So I'm baffled, and to be honest, I'm shocked at the performance today. That's 2 points in the last 9 potential points. So it is concerning, and I just it's not a good day to be a Chelsea fan. To be fair, Leeds, Arsenal, this. Yeah.
You cannot tell me because of one player out, the whole team collapsed.
I'm not telling you that. I'm saying that has had an impact. I can't tell you why this has happened. Me personally, I think there's a lot of different factors that have contributed to this. Caicedo being out has definitely contributed to this, and I think the fact that we're playing so many fixtures, and we're going to speak about Arsenal in a minute, but the amount of fixtures that are condensed in the past couple of weeks, it has had its toll. And, the last couple of fixtures have been, away fixtures as well. So we've been doing a lot of traveling, not a lot of time to recoup, not a lot of time to get the energy back. Today, Cole Palmer, he was started. Cole Palmer is still not 100%. And to be fair, I think, his performance today was really bad. And, I'm not saying that he's gone really bad all of a sudden, but he's coming back from an injury. It's going to take him a minute, and he had a couple of good opportunities to shoot, and he decided to pass it. Cole Palmer of old would have taken that shot, and could have been a goal ahead. But it's one of those days, and more me. I'm not a big fan of Enzo Maresca, so I can sit here and give you a book about the issues I have with Enzo Maresca, but I don't really think that's going to be productive. And I just think, there is a lot of work that needs to be done with the squad and the manager. And, we spoke about title contenders a couple of weeks ago. We had some Chelsea fans who said, yes, Chelsea will be title contenders. I think we are still in and I'll use an Arsenal term, in a process right now. And we are trying to
phase 2.
To learn. Listen, phase 2. It might even be phase 1, to be fair, because Enzo Maresca looks like he needs a couple more phases to get through, a couple more gears to get through. And
the league, at least, he's done well in cups. He's already won you 2 cups, so that's
Chelsea have always been a fantastic.
The cups that Enzo Maresca won isn't an indication of Chelsea going forward or not. It's not.
It's not an indication of how
you need consistent performance. No, but you need consistent performances in the league. You need to play good against the small teams as much as the big teams as well. This is the bread and butter of teams improvement. That's what gets your team more forward. Not winning the Conference League, not winning the Carabao Cup, not winning whatever. Like winning the Conference League, the Carabao Cup or FA Cup is not an indication of a team going forward with a structure. Today, for example, I saw a Chelsea team that were worse than Bournemouth on the pitch, like the Chelsea team that were against Leeds. That shouldn't be the case. All I have to say is that even Man City, Liverpool, or Arsenal, even we're not talking about the trophies or whatever. City, when they lose a game, most of the time they are on the top. They are the team that is stamping their authority. Bournemouth looked like the better team today. Iraola looked like the better manager than Maresca today. Like Liverpool last season, they lost to Nottingham Forest, even though they won the league at the end and they lost the game 1-0. They were the team in control. Chelsea weren't in control. If you watch the game today, they weren't in control, Chelsea. Bournemouth was the team in control. Bournemouth created more chances. That was the difference. Like, I think that Chelsea players, I don't know if it's Maresca, I don't know if it's the quality of the players, I don't know what it is, but you weren't in control.
Best player today was Sanchez.
Sanchez was fantastic today, amazing.
And that tells you that, you know, how Bournemouth were playing. If Sanchez had to put in all those saves and all that hard work, it tells you that our defense was crap. Our midfield was crap. You know, we were not the clinical team that faced Barcelona. We were not the team that was able to dominate Arsenal, even though we only had 10 men. You know, that was a, you know, it's a massive dip. And that dip has you know, Caicedo is the factor that is seen, but there's other factors that are unseen, and I just don't think Enzo Maresca has enough in him to be able to get this team, you know, to the level that we want.
I think it's harsh to focus on Maresca today, and I know you lost to Leeds away, and to be honest, maybe I was a bit naive because I said Chelsea fans should be looking at the league title. And now I understand why you guys were a bit reluctant to say, look, we're in the title race. Because when I look at that lineup, it's not that much better than Bournemouth. So I think you got a few players like Palmer, Reece James, Cucurella, who are probably better. Well, they are better than most of Bournemouth's team, but Bournemouth have the likes of Senesi, Semenyo in there, Clivert. These are all good Premier League players. Alex Scott playing for England now. I don't think your team... Exactly. Like, I don't think Chelsea's team, I don't think you actually have the players there or off the bench to really, you know, go out and dominate away at Bournemouth against the Iraola side. I think.
Well, Mario, I think that the team that we actually put on that pitch today was a good team. Was a good team in regards to the players that we have. So I agree with you 100%.
Guys, they played their main starting 11. They played their main starting 11, Caicedo. Everyone today is the starter for Chelsea, Caicedo.
No, but I get that. But Palmer's not fully fit. He's only just coming back from injury. Liam Delap hasn't really been playing much for Chelsea this season. João Pedro's on the bench. And I don't really rate Neto or Garnacho that highly, to be honest. I think they're good players, but I don't think they're world beaters. I don't think they're crazy good. They're top in the league. I think Semenyo starts for Chelsea. I think you could make an argument for Alex Scott. You can make an argument for Senesi starting at centre back for Chelsea. Some Chelsea fans would say that Petrovic should have been their keeper over Sanchez. So when you look at that Bournemouth team and then you look at Chelsea, yeah. I mean, you can name about
Strasbourg.
Yeah, Slanina. They've got about 1 million keepers. They got 1 million keepers. So I don't know, man. I just don't think. I think Caicedo is a big miss. You're right, though, brother. I don't think that should be enough. Caicedo being out where you then don't look threatening. But Arsenal, I know we're going to come on to Arsenal. We lost our 2 centre-backs and we don't look as threatening going forward. Sometimes it does just mess up that balance, man. But I think Maresca's a good manager. I don't think Chelsea fans should doubt him too much.
So I'm going to doubt Enzo Maresca until the cows come home. But in regards to today, I agree with you. Today, it wasn't on Enzo Maresca. It was on the players. The Leeds game, I put the blame on Enzo Maresca 100%. This one, the players didn't perform. The players, you know, their heads went in
even
the game.
The second goal you concede against Leeds, or it might have been the third, the defenders just give the ball to Leeds. Like, what can the manager even do about that? Tosin just gave the ball to, like, can the managers, like, I know it's the manager's instructions to play out from the back, but I don't know. I like
the manager. The manager, and you know, he even said this in the press conference after the game. You know, he's got action point that he could have played instead of Tosin.
Yeah, I saw
but
that.
because of the age, because of the height, because of the physicality, because of the age, he decides to go with Tosin. Even though we've seen Tosin make mistake after mistake after mistake, half of the goals that we conceded, Tosin had a part to play in those goals. Tosin, his movement, his positioning, his his thinking, he doesn't. I don't know. He's got like a lag. I think he needs to improve his internet connection because he's lagging half of the time.
Yeah.
Achapon might not have the experience, might not have the physicality, but he's got the vision. He's got the smartness in the way he plays. He's also quicker, and he seems to get stuck in. He has the energy. Tosin is too slow for me, and him being picked in that game over Achapon was a mistake, and even Maresca owned up to that mistake as well.
But it's not about that. It's about that like today you were supposed to be like at least have. I don't know how to say it.
Did Tosin start? Because
Tosin didn't start.
He didn't start. Okay. Okay. No, because I was on stream the other day and I can't remember who it was saying that it was ridiculous that Tosin was started last game, and it seemed like the manager kind of admitted that it was a bit of a mistake for him to start apparently previously. So I would have been surprised if he did actually start today. I didn't see the whole game, but from what I did see, which was admittedly wasn't very much. Bournemouth looked like they were playing well, but ultimately it kind of ended up a bit of a stalemate unless I'm wrong.
Oh no, Chelsea shouldn't be dragged in a top 5, to be honest with you. I just think it's a mentality thing. These players just seem to down tools whenever they don't play a big name team, which is very concerning. The adrenaline thing, I don't know, to be honest with you.
Well, were people like really proud of them for beating Burnley or something recently? Because they're like, finally, we struggle with the Burnleys and we finally beat them, and then they just reverted back to it for Leeds.
We play really well against top opposition. When it comes to teams with the low block, teams that are a little bit more defensive, a little bit more contained, we struggle. And this is one of the attributes that Cole Palmer brings into the game. He's able to help us in those kind of situations. He's been missing for a while, so we're hoping that him coming back will enable us to do that. But yeah, you're right. When it comes to, I don't want to be disrespectful, but when it comes to lower teams, we seem to have a problem.
I think you need consistency because remember, you play Everton next, and Everton are 1 point behind you, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
They will low block.
Yeah.
It's a Moyes team. They'll low block.
Everton will, and then you play Newcastle away, and then you play Villa. This is not a good run. Big up Alex. Always Maresca out, Alex. He's never actually changed since Maresca got hired.
Mo, do you know what? Mo, just on that point, because a lot of fans this season have been sort of saying like it's one of the worst leagues, the quality's bad. I think it might be one of the most equal leagues we've seen for a while. Like, I can't believe Everton are a point behind Chelsea. Even like Aston Villa being 3 points off the top. Teams have had bad runs already, and then they're still in with a shout. Liverpool seem to have fallen off a cliff, but they're only 2 points behind Chelsea. I think the league it's inconsistent, but it's because every team is getting closer to each other. I think the gap's closing. I don't think there's a big difference between Bournemouth and Chelsea in terms of quality, individual quality.
End of this month for Mario, the whole thing is going to be changed, man. Because so many games in such a small amount of time. I think when it comes to January, that is when the things is going to when the league is actually going to start to separate the men from the boys, if we can put it that way. Because this is the month. December is the month, man.
Yeah,
the thing is that people, if your team is not winning, and it may well be Liverpool fans now saying that as well, then they'll always diss the quality of the league. They'll say, "Oh, you only won it because the league is shit." We had that a couple of seasons. Last season,
I've heard that.
Sorry to say, it was last. Yeah. Like the 2 times we won the league. Oh yeah, first time you only won the league because City dropped off. Last year was like, so you can't. And a lot of the time it's just Man United fans, just because there's a lot of them, and they're the one team that historically through this period where all of our teams have been quite successful, United are the sole big team who haven't been successful really. So. Yeah,
United won a 3 points.
United won a title more recently than Arsenal have. Just saying.
United are 3 points away from that, by the way.
Guys, United win against Wolves tomorrow. They have the same points at Chelsea. I'm just going to say this, right? If United, if in game week 14, Manchester United are on the same points at Chelsea, whoever you are as a club, either you're Liverpool, right? You're Chelsea, you're Arsenal, you're City. If you're on the same points at Man United or below Man United, you're in crisis. That's my take on this league. My barometer for this league is Manchester United. You gotta be ahead of Man United. I said that, bro. I said that to Terry. I said, honestly, I said, Man United are my barometer for this league. If you are ahead of Man United, you're all right. If you're in the same points or below Man United, you're in crisis. This is it.
Goal difference, Mo. Goal difference plays a part, yeah?
Bro, the fact that you're talking about goal difference between you and Man United after winning the Club World Cup tells you a lot about the feeling around Chelsea now. Like
It's been a tough
it's
season.
not a good feeling.
Tough season.
And ironically, I don't want to bring it back too much to Slot. I think one of the things that may keep Slot, or why they may be more reluctant to sack Slot, is that we are still close to those Champions League places. And that, as I said, is an absolute minimum after the money that we've spent. You know, if we're not going to win the league, which obviously we're not going to, they may look at it and say, we get Champions League football, we reset next season with the manager again, and we give him a last chance or something like that. That doesn't seem like it's a crazy shout. But yeah,
Talking about the
everyone being so
actual
close.
title race, guys. Manchester
Yeah.
City and Arsenal are Villa in a title race. Does anybody here give Villa any shout of winning the league? Any
No.
shout?
No.
Top
0%.
four, but no.
0% chance of Villa winning the league,
I
right?
thought
Zero.
Arsenal already won the league, so how
Zero.
would Villa be in a title race?
Here you go. Talk your
That's what
talk
I
then.
heard.
Kelk.
That's what I
Okay,
heard.
so
by
talk
the
your
way.
okay, Kelk, talk to us.
About what? What do you want me to start
You
with?
like you're the one who said the Arsenal won the league already. Tell
That's
us.
what I heard from their fan base after that October. I heard the league was over and the champions elect in October, November.
Do you think it shifted
maybe
now?
it's going to be a title race after all. Maybe I'm not. I'm not saying
Our
this
City
one, but-
favorites now, guys. By the way, City are 2 points behind. Arsenal still go to City at the
I don't-
Etihad.
no, I
Our
still
City
don't think we're the
favorites now.
favorites. I
No.
don't
Why
think
not?
we're the
What is
favorites
stopping you from
because
being favorites?
We're burning out the same 11, and I think that's going to bite us in the second half of the season.
I just think Arsenal overall. Gary Neville came out and said something about Liverpool. Sorry, I'm bringing back to Liverpool again. He said you can't trust Liverpool. And look, last time I said that Arsenal were going to win the league and they were going to was the first time Arsenal challenged for the league, and I was proved well and truly wrong. And every time I have an opportunity to admit that I was wrong, I say it. But I don't think City are as good as Arsenal. I think Arsenal are stronger in
Do you
general.
know what the problem
and
is, Rack?
City have, but I think
We still have
Arsenal are
some
still going to win the
gaping
league.
holes in our team.
Yeah, Kelk.
Yeah.
No, but Kelk, the only thing that gives me hope is your performance against Fulham midweek. That conceding 4 goals after being
Yeah,
5-1 up. That just
Yeah,
something about that.
I'm still rattled from that.
Yeah. Like I'm not sure
I
how
can't
you
believe today
manage
You
happened.
that.
guys
based
are
on the
realizing
Fulham
there is a
game.
meltdown, right, happening in the Arsenal fan base. The meltdown, and also
but-
a lot of City fans are saying that Arsenal will bottle it.
Do
This
you
is
know
it.
do you know what the problem is though, Mo? Like being an Arsenal
Who are
fan.
you watching, Hamza?
No,
Yeah, like-
Hamza.
But you gotta some fans, I think, and I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but some fans like when Arsenal loses a chance, right? Arsenal losing always seems to be big news online, especially because we get accused of bottling it so much. But if you're proper like true Arsenal fan and you believe in the side, you can't go from last week saying we're gonna win the league to this week saying it's done.
Yeah,
like
it's too
you're just
much.
not
That's too
it's
crazy.
too reactionary, it's too flip-floppy. Like you can't, and we're still top of the league, so factually it's in our hands, so it's up to us still.
Yeah.
Our issue is Man City and Pep Guardiola and Erling Haaland. I know Haaland didn't score today, but just those two are enough for me to give them a chance. The fact they're 2 points behind us, and like you say, Mo, we have to go to the Etihad still. It does worry me. It does. The way we're playing worries me. We don't look threatening. We never look like scoring. We only look like scoring when we go a goal down. You look at Sunderland, we had to concede to start playing. Chelsea the same, and then the same today against Aston Villa. I'm not sure when we're away from home. For some reason, it's like Arteta would rather be risk adverse than risky. And I think when you go for league titles and you want to win the league, you need to take a lot of risk. You need to be the team that's playing on the front foot. So we've got a lot to do. I think Club Brugge in the Champions League, Wolves at home in the Premier League. You can't ask for two better games after a defeat to Villa, right? But any Arsenal fan who's losing their head saying the league's done, that's just madness to me. But Man City are definitely a big problem. Definitely.
To be honest with you, when I'm
Don't be
watching
worried
the
about
game
goals
today,
at home. You'll slap them.
about
Yeah,
the game,
no, I'm not
I just-
worried. I'm happy.
I'm not sure who watched the game, but I wanted to speak. Number one, I think Eze starting as a left winger was a mistake.
Big
Let's actually
mistake,
get
Mo.
City out
Big
of the way.
mistake.
Let's get City out. I thought the attack for City today looked phenomenal. Ryan Cherki,
Yeah.
Foden, Doku, they looked amazing, right? Defense, still there are problems in the defensive. Xhaka hit the post from a corner again. City are not commanding their area. And I thought you conceded a couple of chances. There's that one-on-one that Donnarumma saved, right? But the attack is bailing them out today. Ruben Diaz, to be honest, that goal is Vincent Company against Leicester.
What a goal. What
It
a
was
goal.
fantastic and amazing.
We
That
finally scored from a corner. I think we have 2 all season. So
header, to
we
be
can
honest.
add that to our attack. That'd be great.
Ryan Cherki
Oh
today
my goodness.
looked different gravy.
What a player. What a player.
Like completely different. He dominated every time. And that is the difference actually between Kelk. You remember when I said that Pep Guardiola is choosing to defend on a lead. Today he didn't. Today he asked his players to commit forward. Every attack he committed 5-6 players forward, not only 1 or 2 like last games. You weren't putting it forward. You were playing it on the ground, trying to get it to Cherki, trying to get it to Foden. You were playing still from the back. And that is the difference. He learned from the mistake of last game. He learned from the mistake of last game.
What he did with Marmoush today, I would have done that at Fulham because Erling Haaland is playing a lot of minutes. And so you have Marmoush for these next few weeks. Use him. Why is he playing 2 minutes in a game? It doesn't make any sense to me. And I thought the way he used him today was perfect. The Sunderland defense was tired. And then they got this fresh beast who's a pressing machine to deal with for the next 20 minutes. And he had a couple of chances. So I would like to see more of that. And Pep has been a little slow to adjust because that's just been some of my frustrations is the fact.
Do you guys think that City's attack can win them the league this season?
Yeah,
We
100%.
have the
100%.
best attack in the league. And also, I want to remind everyone, the last 11 Premier League goals that have been scored, only one of them has been Erling Haaland. So everybody was like, ooh, Erling Haaland, if he goes down, you're done. It's like, no, we found ways to score without him. And I'm really glad that Phil Foden still has Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri to hold his hand.
If Haaland goes down, you
they're the reason. De Bruyne and Rodri is the reason Foden has 5 Premier League goals in his last 2-3 games. So
just gonna say this: if Haaland is injured, you guys are done. It isn't just because of his goals; it's because of the impact he has on the game.
Yeah.
It's the impact that he has against the other opposition's mindset, mentality-wise. So if Haaland is out, you guys are in trouble. But I don't want Arsenal to win, so I hope Haaland doesn't go out.
Who do you think can fix that problem, though? Because Erling Haaland misses games every season. He gets an injury every season.
Yeah. So
do you trust Pep Guardiola to fix that?
I think Haaland, because of his name, because of his reputation, because of his stature, he's going to have that impact. So no matter who you're going to bring in, unless you're looking to bring in, Mbappe or Dembele or someone with a similar type of stature.
Oh, don't.
I'm just saying because category wise. I think Erling Haaland, he brings a lot to the team, and it isn't just about his goal scoring. It's about the impact that he has on the whole team.
The
fear. Yeah,
well,
100%.
This time last season, and my fan base said that we played better without him. Remember, he missed almost 6-7 games, and we scored a ton of goals.
We had the same
playing against the striker and Doku and Savino next. We scored 2 or 3 goals a game. Some games
we had a similar situation with Cole Palmer.
That game.
Yeah, we had a similar situation with Cole Palmer. Everyone was calling us Cole Palmer FC. I remember on the stream, Cole Palmer FC, and then Cole Palmer gets injured, and Chelsea continue. So it is a mental thing. It is a mindset. But yeah, I think even though today we saw Arsenal losing, I think it is going to be a how shall I put this?
I don't think
a strong race, a close race.
I want to go back to the Haaland thing. I actually think lately he's been moving completely away from Erling Haaland in terms of even the play itself. Erling Haaland in the first half, I remember they said at minute 35 he had 1 touch of the game. It's 1 touch.
Yeah, he was being swarmed by the Sunderland defender.
He wasn't
they
even
came in
involved.
a low blocked.
He wasn't even involved in the game. He had 1 defender on him, and he was just marking him. And they were playing Cherki, Foden, Doku, Bernardo. It wasn't him at all. I think the problem is Marmoush goes to AFCON. So they
Yeah.
don't have, they literally don't have the numbers to play. Who's gonna play? Like back in the day, they used to have like even, and also Foden plays in the middle. So who's gonna play up top? There is nobody to play up top. I think it's about the numbers, it's about the squad depth. If Marmoush goes to AFCON, the thing about City
He's
now
gonna
is
go.
that
So
as
yeah,
long
you better.
I believe,
I think the team is just hoping that Holland stays healthy.
I
don't
am-
know why
I'm
they
wait-
haven't been rotating him a little bit.
I'm
And the
waiting to
excuse I
see
heard for
that
I can't even repeat it. So
the
stupid.
run for City. They play Crystal Palace away, but I now think that to beat City, you need to score at least 2+ goals to win the games. He scored 35 goals in 14 games. That's more than 2 goals a game. So you need to score more than 2 goals to actually win against Manchester City, right? Because Sunderland tried to low block them and just 1 goal opened it up. City could have
Well,
had 5 goals today. Could have had 5 goals today, actually.
Well,
Yes,
the
Sunderland
difference
might
is,
have got.
Ryan Cherki excels in a low block. That was a perfect game to start him in because he's very good at unlocking a low block, as we saw today. He was that way in France as well. And I love that guy, man. What a
Cherki
bar-
dribbled the
one of the
inside the
signings of the
18.
season. He's leading
Put the
the
guys-
league in assists.
put
And he's
the
only
guys-
played 350 minutes in the Premier League.
He has the same assist. He has the same assist as Bruno Fernandes, but he's leading the league with 5. He put the guys on their bellies today. 350 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, he played.
Yeah, Cherki has 350. What does Bruno have? 1,200 by now, at least.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I didn't know.
So he's making a
Next.
big impact. And the chemistry between Foden and Cherki, to me, is the key to it all. I think the two of them just feed off each other. They can be techie with each other. That Rabona, that was beautiful. I saw something on Twitter. I don't know if it was true or not. They said that was the second ever Rabona assist in the Premier League. I was like, where would you even find that stat? I don't even know. But
I think
that could
Lamela
just be somebody
scored
making
a
something up.
Rabona
Probably
before.
a bunch
Yeah,
of
he
BS, but-
scored one. Lamela scored one. Yeah,
Lamela
I
scored
think that
one.
was that cup. That was in the cup, right? The FA Cup.
Well, they
maybe.
said
can't
assist and
remember.
not goal.
Mm.
But,
Next in the barometer is Spurs, right, Mo? No, I don't think. I don't think Spurs are a barometer at all. Man United are. For me, Spurs are not a barometer. Spurs should be able to get 6th or 5th or 7th or something like this, in my
They've
opinion.
looked pretty. I know they always show up at the Etihad.
I didn't watch the game, to be
They
honest.
have not
It's the
looked
game
good otherwise.
I chose not to watch their game, to be honest, today. They're playing Burnley. Not watching, to be honest with you.
They're awful at
Cherki's
Etihad Stadium too.
The score is 9.3, actually, not 9.2. It's 9.3.
Absolute
uh,
baller.
By the way, even though he didn't have any goals, by the way, he scored today. He only had 2 assists.
He's a
literally-
pure footballer. He's pure. He's like an old school throwback player, Cherki.
And Pep Guardiola's giving him all the freedom to do whatever the shit he wants on
Yeah.
the pitch. He's like, go left, go right, just pass the
Yeah.
ball, dribble inside the 18, do whatever you want on the pitch, as long as he's performing. And he was
Yeah.
amazing. Fantastic today. I enjoyed him so much.
Only 30 million too.
Yeah,
That's going to be
bargain.
one of the biggest bargains of the season.
Yeah,
If you win the league.
Even if we don't, that's still going to be one of the biggest
It's a good
bargains
investment.
signings
What is
of the
he?
summer.
What
How
is
much
No,
he?
he's
and they
21.
cost, and he's way
Yeah, he's
better than
21.
Bentley.
He's
He's 21.
Whilst,
No, he
21
just
now.
turned
Whilst-
22.
Oh,
Whilst
okay.
I'm in the
Very young, though.
yeah, whilst I mentioned me doubting City previously, I did actually. I'm going to hold my hands up and say that I thought Cherki was going to be a complete and utter failure, and yeah, that's looking unlikely at the
I
moment.
think he's
But,
gonna be, when I was asked, I was thinking, I said the same. Better value for money is Cherki than run Wirtz. It's all about value for money, right? It's all about, because now we know that Liverpool maybe could have spent the money somewhere else on a defender or a winger or something like this. So Cherki, better
They
value
got
for
cheap on
money. You got cheap, 5 million.
5
Could have had-
million.
to be honest with you, Kelk, I don't think, Rack will tell you, I don't think Gehi would have solved the problem. I don't think it's a Gehi problem. I don't think it's like one player problem or a winger problem or a striker. I don't think it's one player's problem. Like if
The only
Gehi's
thing I think
Think of it this way.
The
You
only
can
thing-
bench Kanate for being terrible. He's
Yeah.
been terrible all
What about
season.
Van
You can
Dijk
bench
being
him if
terrible
you had
then?
somebody who wasn't named Joe Gomez available on the
the
bench,
only
but
thing,
Joe Gomez is
the only
terrible.
thing, I don't want to go back to Liverpool too
Competition.
much. The only thing I would say about Gehi is that I think he would have given us a better outlet on the ball that Kanate. Because right now, if we want to play out, we've lost Trent's ability to play out, and the other ball playing position we have in that centre back line is Virgil with his long balls. And so, I mean, it says a lot when you're talking about, your defensive ability to play out as being one of your main issues. But I think Gehi is decent on the ball, and he may have made a difference. Right now we have Ryan Gravenberch trying to come back and play as an auxiliary, dropping in between the centre backs. But that's
Wait,
working sometimes.
Why are we talking about?
He's not good
for the last like
15
15
minutes.
Why are we talking about Liverpool again? What's going on?
No, listen, go into Arsenal.
I was bored
Let's
of
have
City
some
already.
respect.
I'm not. Actually, I'm going to tell you, City are way more entertaining than Arsenal nowadays. Just
they are much more.
It's been that way all season, man. You could have a 5-4. You could have this beautiful 3-2s,
3-0s. Yeah, City are way more entertaining.
Mo, can I say
4-goal lead, not safe.
Mo,
go ahead, Romario. Now
that's the perfect transition from you, because they do have the best attack, and our attack. It's like there's no life in it. It's like there's no. When I watch City and Pep's teams play, it's like he turns up and he's like, yeah, we do want to defend, but we're here to attack. We're here to score goals. We're here to play football. Whereas with Arteta, and I love Arteta, I've been on the show with all of you except Kelk, so I like Arteta, right? But he loves defending more than attacking, and you can see it in the way we play. Like, I love Bukayo Saka, but today, he gets an assist, but it's like there's never really a moment where he's scared the defense. Even I know Marino's not a striker, so you can't be too harsh on him. Eze the same. Eze's just stuck out on the left. Mo said that was a mistake. I just don't think Eze can play on the left. If you're going to play Odegaard, I think Eze gets sacrificed at that point. Trossard comes off the bench and made an impact, but it's just like the team's made to defend rather than to score goals. And I don't know, man. I think it's a concern, especially because we lost Saliba and Gabriel. I think without them two, when you prioritise your defence, then you're conceding 2 goals away at Villa, 2 goals away to Sunderland, a goal away to 10-men Chelsea. Can you rely on that defence? That defence in those 3 games isn't. You can't use that as the same reference for the start of the season. So we got to sort it out. And as I say, I think we're lucky that Wolves is our next game at home. I think it's a nice game, and we need to hope City drop points at Crystal Palace, because I think if City win at Crystal Palace, they're going to be feeling themselves, because that's one of them grounds where you can easily slip up. So I'm not sure. I don't think it's time to panic, but we're in a race, man. It's not over.
Points that you mentioned about defense and attack. I thought you had more shots in the first half. I thought you attacked more than Villa. Villa looked more organized, but you attacked more. I thought Saka was very poor. I don't think they gave him the assist actually today.
Oh, that's interesting. I was told Saka's the guy to put the team on his back and carry him, and that felt.
Yeah, but that's the point.
That's what I was told.
But that's the point.
I genuinely believe that today Arsenal attacked, but lackluster. Saka got. Okay, to be honest with you, I'm going to tell you guys genuinely. If my winger hits 1-on-1 with Ian Maatson and failed to dribble the guy 2-3 times in a row, I'll start asking questions.
Yeah, no, I'm glad.
I'm going to start asking questions. Whoever the winger is, if it's Semenyo, I don't know who it is, Alex Brooks, it doesn't matter who it is. Bukayo Saka today had Ian Maatson in front of him 1-on-1 and failed to dribble him. And Mo will tell you about Ian Maatson. Ian Maatson is not a defender. He's an attacking fullback. He's a go forward. Yeah, and every time he had the ball, Saka, I felt it chose the easy option. And then he was like complaining to the referee. He was falling down. His head is not in the game. And I'm like, what is wrong with you, bro? Right? And he gave Maatson confidence, because Maatson was going forward with ease, because he's like, I can go back and defend this guy. I thought today Eze was anonymous. That's my take. Yeah. And I said many times, Eze is a good left forward. He's not a touchline winger. At Crystal Palace, which checked the heat maps, he's an inside forward. I received the ball inside the pitch. No, he was a left 10. He was like a left forward.
Because the wing backs would provide the width.
Because the wing back, Tarek Mitchell used to go up to provide the width. Yeah. Arteta today, asking Eze to play a touchline winger.
Oh,
He's
mate.
not a touchline winger.
And Mo,
We've
the
seen that
trouble,
before.
but this is the problem. Like, and Kelk, you can probably say with Pep, when he puts players in the team, all right, his wingers pretty much play the same. Savinho, Doku, even Grealish. Grealish and Doku were told to stick to the line, but with Saka, you still need to have that individual quality, like what Cherki showed today, that individualism. And I just think we haven't got enough players that, I don't know. It's just like maybe they're not given the license to just to play free flowing and do their thing. Like, it just always seems too rigid when we play. It always seems like we get the equaliser against Villa and then we don't do anything after that. We didn't pressure Aston Villa. We let them come back onto us. I just worry we're going to end up hoping Man City drop points rather
I'm
than
going to tell you something,
us running
Romario.
away with
The
it.
reason why people
I'm going to
shouldn't...
warn you. I think draws are going to be a big problem for you.
That's my
because your
point.
attack
That is
is
my
just not
point.
good enough.
That's
and
my
I'm
point.
curious to hear your opinion on Gyökeres and what, because all I heard last season was, all we need is that striker and we're going to destroy everyone.
Well,
you got the striker.
Can I say something about Gyökeres before we actually go on? When Arsenal were, we got to give credit to Aston Villa. We all watch Aston Villa. They're a team that on an 8-game winning streak, 8 games winning streak, right? You are playing away at Villa, so you aren't on the front foot. However, your striker should be able to at least give it 2-second hold-up play. Bro, Konza today, every time the ball is playing to Gyökeres, and he has it, it's so easy. Gyökeres flops, that can't hold it, can't pass, can't even put it under control. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? So stop playing him long then. Play him to the lines. Play him in the spaces.
Well, this is the problem. Yeah, Mo, I'm glad you said that because this is the other thing. The attack's too scripted. It's like Arteta tells them how to attack. Like, you make a good point. They keep firing the ball into Gyökeres to hold it up, but he can't hold it up. He holds it up.
Do something else.
Yeah, play
him in the channels. Go to the channels then. You know, like you don't have to play it long. Like he's not Erling Haaland. Okay, you tried it once, twice, 3 times, it didn't work. Play the channels then. Make it run the channels.
And Kelk, you asked me what, like, Mo knows. I wanted Gyökeres. I went really big on it. I've wanted Gyökeres since March. I've watched a few of his games. I remember when I watched him score a hat-trick against you lot. I know he scored 2 penalties, but there was just something about him. He just had this sort of belief in him that I thought he's going to go to the next level. And he's come to Arsenal, and he's not quite hit the ground running. He's been unlucky with an injury that sort of kept him out for a month, but I am starting to get worried, I'll be honest. And I know Mo's he's a strikers man. I know he loves like R9, my namesake Romario, Baggio, Batistuta. I know me and Mo have spoken. He likes the classic 9s. And I thought Gyökeres was one of them, just a bagsman. Not necessarily technical, but he's a pure out and out number 9. And I just worry he might not be physical enough for the Premier League, which is weird because physicality is his game, but I'm not sure he's as quick as a lot of the centre-backs in the Premier League, and I'm not sure he's actually as strong or uses his strength in the right way. I think he gets too tight to defenders. I think he should be a bit more smart. I think Erling Haaland sort of done well with mastering his hold-up play. He used to be a bit sort of baggy with his touch, and I think Gyökeres has a lot to learn if he's going to succeed in the Prem. And I've been quite critical of Kai Havertz, but when I watch Marino and Gyökeres play up front, it makes me appreciate Havertz so much more. He leads the line so well. I know Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans, even City fans can testify. Havertz causes big teams problems because he knows how to use his body. He knows how to use the space. So Gyökeres has worked to do.
Drop deep, and Gyökeres doesn't.
Yeah, Gyökeres.
There was a problem again today in the Arsenal. There was a problem on Arteta today. Number one, you don't leave Saka for 80 minutes. You just don't. You just don't do that. You sub him out.
But Madueke does nothing, Mo. Madueke comes on and he flatters to deceive. You
give Madueke 10 minutes.
True.
Under pressure when Aston Villa are pressing Arsenal. Number two, again, without Eze, which is something that I said many times to Arsenal fans, without Eze in the midfield, you don't have your Morgan Rogers. You don't have the guy that picks the ball, look at defenders and try to dribble. Odegaard was good, right? But Odegaard again is past 1-2 here and there, a little bit soft. Odegaard, by the way, lost it a couple of times, soft on the ball. Eze doesn't do that in the middle. He kind of more stronger than him. I thought Declan Rice again today. I know that he had the highest. I thought Declan Rice was anonymous offensively.
He looks tired. I
Anonymous.
think he's tired, Mo. I think he's
just
tired.
Yeah, I think he needs a
He's
break.
played a lot. He's played a lot of football,
And he
right?
plays
That's-
90
Yeah.
minutes for
You know, he
Arsenal,
played 90,
England.
90 in 2 weeks, guys.
Yeah, all the
4
time.
90s within 12 days or 13 days.
I
But
don't
Mo,
think
he
he's the
played 90
midfielder
for
you need to
England
get
as
the
well.
most out of Gyökeres. I just don't think
Oh
he's
yeah,
that
yeah,
guy.
England too.
Wait, say that
Also
again.
again,
Kelsey?
Zubamendi
If
today.
you want to get the most out of Gyökeres, I don't think Declan Rice is the correct 8 for you.
Potentially,
don't think he's
that's a good
creative
point.
enough.
That's another good point. Like, do we actually have the creativity to supply your creators? Because, like Mo said, he's a channel forward. He's a sort of forward that runs in behind, runs onto balls. He's not the striker that's going to be your linchpin and you can play around him. Listen, I'm not going to say sacrifice Rice for Gyökeres. That's never happening, by the way. So if one of them's going, I know who's going, because Declan Rice is incredible. So, but yeah, Gyökeres
Rice
just needs
works
to
better
adapt.
when you play the false 9, because then the midfielder comes. Then you have an overload in the midfield. You create more.
Yeah. That's why
Like
Havertz
Marino or
works better.
Havertz, yeah. Because
I think that's why Havertz works
yeah.
better in our team. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think.
Can I
Even
add-
Marino,
all the question
Marino
marks.
works better.
I think all the question marks that we've had about Gyökeres when Gyökeres was signed for Arsenal are still equally valid. People questioned his ability to link up play, and the fact that also Mikel Arteta values that in a forward. That's why he's been playing what's his name, Havertz in there for a long time. That's why Marino came in last season as well. He's never really wanted, in his relatively short managerial play, he hasn't really played with an out-and-out 9.
No.
So whilst Berta kind of apparently was the driving force behind that signing, it remains to be seen whether he's the player that Arsenal really wanted, or that Arteta really wanted, or if perhaps when Havertz is back fit, perhaps Havertz is still going to be the main guy, and Gyökeres is going to be, I don't know, super sub, or if you're losing the game, or you're more of a rotation piece. Yeah, and look, I mean, Arsenal bought for 55 million. You could argue that 55 million for a rotation piece right now in the current market is not necessarily. Is not.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Well,
Madueke, same price.
Yeah, Madueke. I can't even, because Mo's.
I don't know why you don't like Madueke. I swear he plays
because,
good.
Mo, do you know what it is?
I don't think he has an end product. What I've seen.
I don't think he plays good for Arsenal.
No, but Mo,
when he
do you know
plays.
what the insight into why Arsenal fans are already frustrated, and Chelsea fans and were frustrated with Madueke? You got to remember, this is a player that Arsenal bought for 50 million that Chelsea fans were celebrating when he was sold. But the reason, the insight into why I'm not convinced by him is that chance when Rice squares it towards the end, just before Villa score. Number one, Victor Gyökeres should be in the box. How he's not in the 6-yard box just to tap it in, I don't know. But then it falls to Madueke. He could take a touch, bring it in onto his stronger foot, either start again or try and have a shot. Instead, he shoots with his right foot, his weaker foot, off balance, and he just hits the side netting. Now, I'm not saying he's the reason we didn't win, but it's just, I don't know. I'm just worried we actually haven't got the quality when Saka's not playing well or Havertz is injured. Outside of that, do we actually have the quality to win the league? Because we need to calm down a bit. We scored.
Oh my God, you're questioning the quality to win the league because you lost to Villa away 2-1 in the 94th
No, because
minute?
but it's not just.
That's a definition of a reaction.
No, but Mo, it's not just this result. It's also Chelsea. It's also
Arsenal have been
Liverpool away.
sensational. What are you talking about?
The City game at home too. You struggled.
No, I disagree with
Mo,
Arsenal. Sensational.
No, I don't think we've been. I think we've been solid. I don't think we've been sensational, and I don't know if that makes sense, but I think we've been more consistent and solid.
Solid is part of being sensational. Being one of the most solid is part of being sensational.
And this is the thing. I can understand why Arsenal, there's the side of the Arsenal fan base which is unsure. Look, they've gone 3 seasons finishing second. I can understand why they would have concerns, but I still think by some distance, despite the fact City are only 2 points behind, I still think by some distance they've been the best team in the league. City are very like we've just come off a week. I know it was the Champions League, but we've just come off a week where City also lost to Leverkusen at home. They lost to, I can't remember who the other team was. I
lost
don't
that
Yeah,
game.
that
trust
doesn't.
City.
Rack is right. That doesn't. Like, we don't see Arsenal. Okay, my point about it. Rack is right. Like, you're watching Arsenal and City this season. What Rack said, they just lost to Leverkusen, right? You don't see at home. You don't see that from Arsenal. Arsenal went to Newcastle and won. City went to Newcastle and lost. Like, if you want to tell me who has been better this season overall, maybe City's attack look better because they have quality that you don't have. You don't have Erling fucking Haaland. Listen, it should be established that you don't
Oh,
have
I
Erling
heard
Haaland,
Declan Rice is going to win the Ballon d'Or, so
right?
they
Yeah,
got-
don't
you
listen
know.
to that. Shouts out
No,
my
but-
boy.
but
When
hold
you
on.
say that, the
Yeah.
expectations
I
go
don't know
Well,
why
that-
he said that. That's my
Kelk,
boy. I don't
Kelk,
know why he
trolling
said
is
that.
Monday with Paz and Javon and Ram. That's trolling on Monday.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know why Matt said that. He went mad.
No,
I
but
don't know why
my
he
point
said that.
about this is, if you actually look at Arsenal, I agree with that. They have looked more solid than City, stronger
Yeah.
defensively. Like, even the attack is not rubbish. Like, it's not. You scored a lot of open goals lately.
Yeah, they haven't. I don't think they've struggled. Like, they've struggled to get maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 goals, but they haven't struggled to get one goal. Really, you know, they've always got at least one. I don't think Arsenal look like they've struggled to score. They just maybe haven't come out and smashed everybody. But you don't need to smash everybody.
Do you know,
I'm sorry, Mario. I'm just concerned that you are talking about.
I bet you're
Havertz
concerned. I bet you're concerned.
No, not for that. Not for that.
Chelsea
know.
fans from London,
Right,
definitely concerned.
Right now,
Definitely concerned.
right now, I'm looking at 2 players that you guys have bought from us. So Madueke and Kai Havertz. You're talking about Havertz being the main striker and Kukues being the second. Did I get that right, or did I miss?
No, I didn't. I think Havertz for certain games, like away at tough grounds, I think we miss Havertz. I think it's horses for courses. I think some players suit different games. Like, I don't know, or maybe I just need to see Gyökeres have a run in the team. I'm a big Gyökeres fan, but I know Chelsea fans don't rate Havertz, but a lot of Arsenal fans know what he does for the team. He's effective. He is.
So Havertz, he brings a lot to the team. You know, I'm not going to be disrespectful and say the guy's shit. He's not shit. He's not far from it, but he's not shit. So I think Havertz as your striker is problematic. I think Havertz maybe to provide support for the attack. Yeah, he can do that. And in regards to Madueke and Saka, Madueke does have a lot about him, but Madueke is, in my opinion, and in the opinion of a lot of Chelsea fans, was too one-dimensional in his approach. He needs to be able to do a lot more in regards to his vision, his link up. He's selfish. He's got one thing on his mind, and he tries to do that. But you guys relying on Chelsea players, if you were looking to move forward and to win the title, those 2 players that you've mentioned, don't put too much hope on them, because we've
but they are buying. They bought Madueke for a. They bought Madueke as a squad player. That's not bad.
Yeah, as a squad player, fantastic. But for them to put them ahead of Saka and Gyökeres, I'm a little bit concerned for Arsenal.
I'm saying. No, I'm actually agreeing with you. I'm not having Madueke right now. I'm having Havertz. I get why you don't rate Havertz, but he's effective, man. Like, he is. He slapped 2. He slapped 2 against you lot when City won the treble and beat us to lead by 2 points.
He also slapped 1 against Man City and got us the Champions League. So there are good aspects. There are good aspects. Like I said, he's not shit.
He's not
shit.
He's not. He's much more effective than Madueke.
Maybe he's a cup player, not a league player.
I just want to get back to one more point. When I was talking about Arsenal, back to one more point. Arsenal were close to the title last season. They were about 10 points away from the title the season before that, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I think other way round. We were close season. Yeah, last season we were about 10 points behind Liverpool, I think.
Yeah. So my question is this: Do you guys have PTSD from those 2 title challenges that is putting you in a position right now where you're actually doubting yourself? Now, as an Arsenal fan, having that doubt, okay, I can understand it because you've seen a team not achieve it two seasons back to back. But could that also be the case for the players? And that could be the reason why they may bottle it towards the end of the season. And I say may.
Yeah, no, I think it's a fair question, bro. I think it's definitely a factor. Psychology in sport is everything. You've seen players who have missed penalties and then never want to take a penalty again. Like, imagine we finish second 4 years in a row. Like, how do you come back? Like, how do you come back from that? How do you actually...
as a neutral, that would be quite funny. But
it would be great for you, lot. Like, I wouldn't even blame you, but I sit here and I think if we were to finish second 4 times in a row, 3 times is bad enough, bro. So I think you're right to ask, is there PTSD? And that's my worry. This is why when Mo says to me, like, Arsenal been sensational, cool. You could say we have, but we've been sensational before in recent years, and it's amounted to nothing. So I think as a fan, I'm a bit nervous and worried that are we just at the
Can I
same
tell you a
place again?
stat, guys? Just to say, you know, Rack is right. You know that the only game that Arsenal didn't score a goal was the Liverpool game, right? This whole season, 20-something games played, there's only one shutout, which is the Liverpool game. In every other game, they scored goals. And the people that say, what is sensational? Sensational is 8 games in a row, clean sheets, scoring 2, 3, 4 against Atletico, winning games. That is the definition of Arsenal have been sensational.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
That is the definition.
yeah.
Like,
You could say
the
it.
fact
You
that
could.
Arsenal lost away.
But was that
It's-
the peak and the rest is?
That's what I'm saying, Mo.
Now,
We don't know.
now
We
you're
don't
asking
know.
the right question.
That's
now
my
you're asking,
point, Mo. But Mo,
now
that's
you're
my
asking the right
point.
question, because have they peaked early in the season? Are they going to
Because
improve?
you want to time it to peak in March,
I'm
April,
gonna tell you.
May.
I'm going to tell you. I think they're going to improve. You guys are not putting in mind that today they had the number 1 center back out, number 2 center back out, number 3 center back out. Havertz will add to this team. Havertz will add to this
Are you
team.
saying Mascara is
Gabriel-
a better defender than Yuri and Timber? Because Timber is a center back playing as a right back, but
Timber is not a center back. He hasn't played center back for 3
Timber
years.
was
Yeah,
a
4
but
years.
center back
also,
before he came to Arsenal.
you'd rather Timber stay at right back and Mascara centre back just for the
Not saying the
the
excuses,
size.
but
yeah.
the fact that people are saying City, when
I think
Rodri
every
comes
team in
back,
the
City
league
will
would like to
improve.
have Timber
So
as
why
a
aren't
backup
we
center
saying
back.
when Saliba and Gabriel come back, Arsenal go back to their best? Why? Why is it different?
Sorry,
Why is it
guys.
different?
They
Steven
still have
Gerrard
a
has
bunch of
apparently
center
been
backs in the
sounded
back.
out.
They still have 4 center backs in the back. Ben White's
Don't say
a
that
center back.
again. Say that again. Say that
They
again.
still have 4 center backs in the back. It's why Hincapié, Timber,
They
former center
don't.
back,
Ben
converted.
White is not a center back. That's what you said. But Ben White is not a center back.
Ben White
He
was a-
was. He's a very
Brighton.
attacking right back. Calafiori is very attacking as well.
Calafiori center back before he went to Arsenal.
But that, I know you say that as banter, but that's not
but
true.
Kelk,
It's true.
Saliba,
It's like-
you can't
not true.
Okay, when he played left back, he's
It's
still a
not
center
true. Do you watch Calafiori and you see this guy's a center back? Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
Calafiori's not a centre back.
That's
He's
a
not,
banter.
man. He's
Calafiori-
not.
back. You can play him at center back with no issue.
Yeah, but
It's
the point
not.
is,
It's
the
just
point is,
banter.
yeah, but Mo, the point is, like you're saying, if you lose your 2 centre backs, who most people will agree is one of the best partnerships in the world, you're gonna feel it, and that's what we've lost. It's not the reason we lost today, but it contributed. It did, and I get it. And shouts out, sorry, Mo, there's someone in the chat, Fazli. Shouts at Fazli. I think he's a gooner, bro. I'm not giving up on the league, but we've been here before, so you can't not question it. You can't naively just be like, yeah, it's okay, we lost and we're going to win the league. Man City are a good team. Like, they are a good team. So I'm just being like what Rack said about Liverpool. I'm only going off what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing is Man City gaining confidence. And we've won 2 of our last 5. City have won 4 of their last 5. So when you look at the facts, Man City are in better form than Arsenal in the league. It's just factual. So I don't want this to be the case. I don't want to be saying these
But
things.
what
But
team will change it?
The only thing I'd say though
Arsenal
is to counter that. I think Arsenal overall this season have looked more impressive than City, and maybe you can also part of
They
that comes
have.
from
We have.
City have come from such a high level, so this is not one of the great City teams, but to come down from that level can still be impressive. And the fact that they're only 2 points behind means they're within touching distance. But I think Arsenal this season have looked really impressive, and that's why I think if I was a betting man, I'd definitely be putting more money on. I'd be putting money on Arsenal winning league.
Yeah, let me do this. What about Konza for Liverpool? Can you break the bank?
I mean, I haven't heard anything about that. I've just
Other than Konza would...
apparently Gerrard has been sounded out about possibly taking over from Slot, but I don't know whether that's just
is he gonna
just
interim? Is he gonna stand with his friend Carragher or with Salah? Because Salah is called out Carragher. We know that Carragher is gonna respond on later on Sky Sports or something.
Whoever has a job has to the main priority. Whoever takes a job is Liverpool Football Club.
Oh, that's a good.
I love Salah. He's a legend, but we're not player FC. And as I said, I disagree with what Mo's done. I think Slot has to hold a big portion of the blame. And if he ends up leaving, I can understand why that would be a decision that the club would make.
Difference is transition. Aston Villa better than Arsenal today, and Aston Villa deserved the win without a shadow of a doubt. Arsenal didn't deserve anything from this game. And people expecting Arsenal to be better every game. It's just stupid, in my opinion. Salah has genuine reasons to be aggrieved.
Yeah.
But his interview today was out of order. Instead of talking about Slot and the player, Salah has made it about himself. I stand with the club over a player or the manager. That's what people are saying. Fair enough. That is spot on. That's
100%.
Great.
Maybe Salah is realizing that, Father Time might be creeping up on him. And maybe he forgot that could be a reason why he's not playing as much, is because he's not looking the same as he did last season. And that just kind of happens when you get to this age. It's nobody's fault. It just, Father Time comes for everyone. And maybe he's struggling to accept that.
How can you peak when you haven't had your best 11 yet? Play yet?
Oh,
Arsenal
yeah.
had their best
I haven't
11.
had my best 11 either.
So City haven't had Rodri yet. Play.
And we know
Same.
how good City are with Rodri.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But listen, people, I want to thank everyone that joined us. Romario Webster channel in the description. He does a lot of Arsenal reviews. True City Fan, that's Kelk channel with Matthias and Patrick, of course. And the Blue Lounge, that is Mo's channel. If you haven't subscribed to Mo's channel, go and subscribe to Mo's channel. And I want to thank everyone that joined us. Congratulations to City and Cherki. Absolutely entertained today by the performance from Cherki and Phil Foden today. The drama continues because now it's another emergency meeting for Osam and the Liverpool gang on his channel. Another crisis meeting. Another crisis meeting, people. I want to thank everyone that joined us. Appreciate
I'm going
you
down
guys.
the pub.
We had one yesterday.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
We did a 7-hour emergency stream. I don't know what it was about. Pat just messaged me. He's like, "Can you host this?" I'm like, "Okay."
We'll see you guys later. This will take you there. Hit that like button, guys. We cannot have over 300 votes and only 140 likes. We'll see you guys later. We're out of here, people.